Hello, everyone. This is Scott Berry, and welcome to our episode on Contractor Marketing. We have got a very special guest, someone that we've known since 2015, an absolute expert in branding and marketing and growing contractor business. We've got Mike Witte in the studio today. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, how are you doing, Scott?
We're doing great. We're so thrilled to have you. We're going to talk about Mike's views on branding and Mike's views on sales and growing his business, because he also has one of the most amazing set of Google reviews I've ever seen. I mean, you guys have essentially 750 5-star Google reviews. Tell us about that. It's astonishing.
Well, we just, when we have satisfied customers, we reach out to them and just say, hey, if you've liked us, you liked what we did, if we did everything that we said we were going to do, and you're completely happy, would you mind leaving us a 5-star Google review? And our customers are more than happy to do that for us.
I mean, Elevated Roofing, let's be frank, has one of the best brands in the Metroplex and is synonymous with quality. I mean, how do you get 650 5-star reviews and almost no unhappy customers?
Well, we just strive for excellence, and be honest with you, you can't please everybody all the time, but the ones that seem to not be pleased, we just ask them, what do we need to do to make you happy? And, they tell us and we make them happy. If there's something not right, we make it right. We go the extra mile. We're not really concerned about the profit margin. We're concerned about, customer service and doing a high quality job.
Yeah. And that's completely evident. And here's one thing that's interesting, Mike, is there are a lot of contractors that want those reviews. They want to be seen that way. They want a reputation for quality, but somehow the people that are in contact with the clients aren't as interested in asking for those reviews when people are happy. How in the world do you get the rest of the team, right? I mean, we all know how committed you are to excellence and making people happy and getting it documented. How do you get the rest of the team to care about it as much as you?
Well, I just kind of lead by example. I'm not only the owner of Elevated Roofing, but I am our lead salesperson. We have like 7 or 8 sales guys that work with me, but I lead by example. I sell roofs. I get reviews. I manage my jobs with excellence, and I really try to set an example for the rest of the team.
Yeah, they're not going to get more reviews than you.
Oh, well, I mean, we have, review, we have contests about reviews, and I reward them if they do get more reviews than me. So I challenge them to do more reviews.
It's funny. They say in all the great business books that the thing that you really focus on as the leader is the thing that your people are going to focus on.
Yeah.
Right. So it's working well for you, because we've really never seen anything like it. And so congratulations for all the incredible, happy customers and the reputation that you have in the marketplace.
I appreciate that. And just to be honest with you, the very best is yet to come with Elevated Roofing, because we are striving every day, every week, every month, every year to get better and better and better at every area of our business.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. What got you into roofing in the first place?
Well, I was, I owned my own commercial construction company, Witte Construction Services, and I was building ground up hotels. And in 2008, 2009, when all the banks, went down and they quit lending money to everybody I was building hotels for, I was left looking for something to do to make money. And through some circumstances and situations, I got introduced to some guys that were in town doing some hail damage replacement roofing, and I hooked up with them, and they kind of showed me the ropes a little bit. And 6 months later, I felt inspired to start Elevated Roofing January 1st, 2011.
Wow. So you already had the construction background.
Yes.
You already knew about construction. You already knew about quality.
Yes.
So this was probably less of a leap for you than it would have been for some others.
Yeah, because, it's not just roofing that we do. we do the whole insurance claim summary. So we're doing roofing, we're doing gutters, we're doing
fencing,
fencing, we're doing window screens, if
probably some leak repair.
Sheetrock, drywall, paint, whatever is on the insurance claim summary, we do. So we are a general contractor, not just a roofer. So my general contracting background, this it works seamlessly, with what we're doing right now.
Well, it absolutely works because you started off with maybe one truck, maybe two.
Yeah.
Tell us about that and how you grew.
Well, I started with me in one truck. And then I hired one guy to help me, and he had his own truck, at first. And then, I can remember buying my first, F-250, pickup truck, and then I branded it, and I was so proud, they had that one truck. And then, a year later got another truck, and then a year later got 3 more trucks. And, after being in business about 7 years, we'd gotten up to, 45 employees and 35 trucks. We were like hitting on all cylinders,
Was it easier to be small, or was it easier to be really big?
Well, it's funny you should ask that. Well, Elevated Roofing got extremely big, and then we had 2 years where we didn't have any hailstorms, any significant hailstorms. Right. So through the process, I had to lean down, and I trimmed the company down, to 20 employees in like 15 trucks. But the awesome thing about that is that I kept the cream of the crop. So then the next year we had a major hailstorm, and I was able to do the same amount of work with the same efficiency, the same excellence, with half the people as I did with 45 people. I was doing the same amount of work with 20 people. So in retrospect, I was just top heavy before, and it just, even though we went through the downturn, it really helped us be more efficient, more profitable. And, now we're as good as we've ever been.
Yeah. And, a lot of people are talking about recession and things. You've already been through that process of leaning your organization and keeping just the best.
Yes.
So, whether we get medium hailstorms or a ton of hailstorms, a difficult recession or not, you've got Elevated Roofing prepared for whatever happens.
Exactly. Yeah, we can scale up temporarily, during the heat of the storm season, but right now we're very lean and very profitable and very content.
Well, let me ask you, because you have been great at branding and marketing from the very beginning. Like you said, the first time you got a truck, you wrapped it, and your trucks are beautiful. Yeah. I mean, they really look so great. What are your thoughts about marketing? What have you tried over the years? What works and what seems to not work? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I was very fortunate to get into the roofing industry with a guy that was all about SEO, it was all about marketing and all about reviews. And he really drove that in to my head that, hey, if we're going to get business online, we have to hire a marketing company to help us with our SEO and help us, get on the first page of Google when people search for us. And I was able to, look that way and just strive to have that really from the beginning. It takes a while to get traction with it.
It does.
But we've got a lot of traction with it now. We get probably 70% of all our business is online. People calling us. We're not the chucking the trucks out there beating on doors. to get all our business. We have people that are calling us from referrals, or calling us because they're repeat customers, and they're, calling us because people are telling them about us. So we're not really having to, pound the pavement like all these other roofers.
As much as others. It's nice you could do that when you need to.
Right? We knock on doors. We when we're doing install jobs, our sales guys are knocking on the street that we're doing the roofs on and stuff. We're canvassing, but not, that's not the majority of our of how we get our business.
So you guys are really good at what we call kind of direct, marketing, whereas you've got the trucks and it's wrapped, and the business cards and the caps and, the yard signs, and you're doing everything you can for people to find you as you're in neighborhoods.
Yes.
You also have invested in years of SEO, paid ads, you're doing everything that you can to win in this marketplace. Have you tried anything? Because I know you also done maybe some billboards and magazines and maybe a little direct mail. Have you tried anything that didn't seem to work? Lessons learned?
I guess my biggest lesson learned is I just thought I could keep growing and growing and growing. And in reality is, we're always going to have our ups and we're always going to have our downs. So, find a medium in between to where you can, weather the storms, where your overhead's not going to, crush you if things slow down a little bit. But, sometimes it's hard to put your finger on whether something works or not. I know we've done billboards, we do magazine ads and so forth, but a lot of our business, like Nextdoor is really huge with us too. We get people to leave us reviews on Nextdoor, and we get a lot of business from Nextdoor and a lot of business from our Google reviews and so forth. We do have one of our employees, runs the Frisco Chamber networking group, which is like almost 200 people now every week. And he literally runs the whole chamber networking group for the city of Frisco Chamber of Commerce. And we get a lot of business through the chamber because we're so, involved. We're heavily involved with the chamber. We've done a lot of, community outreach work, like we 2 years
go to events and things.
Well, 2 years ago, we at no cost to the city, we re-roofed the Memorial Park pavilion, which was a big, huge pavilion in Memorial Park that we did at no cost to the city.
Now, you've been really great since we very first met you about being generous with the blessings that you've had as a business.
Yes.
I know you wouldn't normally share this, but would you be willing to just tell us a little bit about some of the stuff over the years that you've done because it's important to you and elevated?
Well, we're very grateful that God has blessed us financially in a way that we can give back. Just like 3 months ago, we re-roofed the Bring the Light Ministries office building downtown Dallas at no cost to them. We absorbed all the costs. We got our supplier to chip in some of the material and so forth. And but we give to ministries, we give to churches, we probably, in like I said, I don't say this a lot, but we give $200,000 to $300,000 every year to ministries and churches and to, evangelists and, wherever we kind of feel led to give. We're about advancing God's kingdom.
So do one more thing for me. Tell people just a little bit about Elevated and how you want to be known and what you're really good at. If someone is just hearing about Elevated for the first time, just kind of summarize what you would want them to know.
Well, we've aligned, Elevated Roofing has aligned ourselves with GAF. GAF is the largest manufacturer of shingles in the country. And GAF is it's a premium shingle. They're the most expensive shingles. But we've decided that we're going to put the best material, best products on our roofs. And that way, in the long run, it helps us because we don't have the warranty issues. We don't have the material defect issues that some of the other manufacturers have. So we really strive to do everything that we can as good as it can be done. There's nothing another roofer can do better than what we do, because we really do everything on every roof as good as it can be done. We use the best materials, best underlayments, the best shingles, the best, ventilation systems, that you can do on a roof. And so it's good for us because we can hold our head high. So we don't have an A roof, a B roof, and a C roof. We do nothing but A+ roofs on every single job. And that just kind of separates us from, the other roofers in town. And then also GAF has a certification tiers. Okay, you have to use GAF shingles for a year to become certified with them, and then if you're with them for like 3 years, you can, through certain criteria, make it to be a master elite contractor with GAF. Now, Elevated Roofing's been a master elite contractor with GAF for I think 9 years now, and now we've gone to, we got to the President's Club status. Now we're 2-star President's Club status, and there's only three 2-star President's roofing contractors in the whole Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and Elevated Roofing is one of them.
Out of 3,000 plus contractors.
Out of 3,000 contractors, we're one of 3 of the President's Club 2-star contractors in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
Congratulations. Yeah. That shouldn't come as a surprise to people that know you. Yeah.
And then my wife and I just got back from a GAF event in South Carolina, in Charleston, just this past weekend, where GAF invited 100 roofers, 100 of the top roofers from all over the country. It's called their Elite Partner event, and Elevated Roofing was one of 3 contractors invited from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
You're one of the neatest organizations that we've ever worked with. And from where you were with one truck, and I think you had 3 when we met you, and how much you've grown. And gosh, I guess you probably had maybe 100 5-star reviews at the time. And what you've been able to build as founder of this, I mean, it's a testimony to your leadership and your vision and the culture that you've built there. So congratulations. We're thrilled to have you on this episode. Will you come back sometime?
Yes, absolutely. I've enjoyed it very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Mike Witte with Elevated Roofing.